invest in stocks and made a killing.
So greed in trading, how do you get over it? So there's a few ways that you could get over the greed when it comes to trading. I know a lot of times you may have gotten to a trade and you say, hey, I was up $400 and now I'm down $200. What happened? The greed took over. All right, so that could come from the psychological aspects of the fear of missing out, the fear of being wrong. There's 4 psychological aspects to it, but some ways that you can begin to get over the fear is to understand what is your daily goal. How much are you trying to make every day? Have that number written down, post it on somewhere, post it on your monitor. What's your daily goal? What's your weekly goal? What's your monthly goal? Okay, once you know how much you're trying to make every day, you should stick to that script. So if you plan on making $100 a day, then no matter what, if you make $100, anything over $100, you've met your goal. All right, so that is your goal. You have to stick to your goal. All right, so another way is to always participate in the move. And when I say that, I mean never sell your entire position at once. So sell in increments, sell into the move as you begin to profit. What I like to do is I'll sell most of my position. Say I bought 5 contracts, I'll sell 3 initially, keep 2. If it goes up a little higher, I'll sell 1 more. Lock in your profits. Just get comfortable with taking profits. As long as you're locking in profits, you can't really lose. All right. So besides locking in profits that way, this is a challenge. This is an exercise. Focus on turning $20 into $100 a couple times. If you could turn $20 into $100, those smaller numbers will help your discipline so much because you'll get familiar with taking smaller profits. So when you start to see big profits, it'll become like a second nature. So begin to actually strategize and get comfortable turning smaller numbers into bigger numbers. So because if you can't turn $20 into $100, it's going to be hard for you to turn 500 into 5,000. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so focus on doing that first. So the number one rule as a day trader, when I first started trading, I thought I knew everything. And, I was a high shot options trader with little to no experience. And after I made a couple $100 on my first trades, I thought I was invincible. Then very soon after, it really hit. And I nearly turned a $25,000 account into zero. I was making all the mistakes a day trader could make. And since then, I perfected the art. There's thousands of tips and tricks I could tell you on how to day trade. But my biggest tip boils down to one phrase: you'll never go broke taking a profit. Surefire trades, one at a time, is the way to ensure you don't blow up your account like I did back in the day. And that means once you have a winning trade, you sell a little bit at a time into the profitable move, and you raise your stops to make sure you don't turn a profitable trade into a loser. So sometimes you'll leave money on the table and say to yourself, oh, I should have let it go for longer. But for every time you say that, think about all the times that a trade like that didn't go in your favor. Think about the possibility of that stock hitting the top and then selling off in a massive candle. What happens if you didn't have your stops in place? Instead of taking profits and ending the day up, you'll be licking your wounds and having an awful time exiting for a loss. And God forbid you hold a stock overnight. So remember that stops do not trigger in aftermarket hours, and you can't trade options. That means you have to wait for the opening bell. So at least during the day, we can react to what's happening in a stock's price. So overnight holdings could result in you losing everything. And I do mean everything. So a 50-cent trigger stop loss on 1,000 shares during the day is a 500 less for you. And a $20 drop overnight on 1,000 shares puts you $20,000 in the hole. So do not turn a profitable trade into a loser. Sell into the profitable move, adjust your stops, and stay liquid so you'll have no surprises. All right, so once you reach your daily goal, you should automatically take some off the table, and if you're leaving some on there, set a stop loss. So that way if the trade goes against you, at least you've taken something. Alright, so I hope this video helped on how you can overcome greed in the markets.